here and there. We had an interview with him in London. We were with a big group, I think about 80 members. Kiran was there, Balaji, Pavan, many of us were there. And then with this beautiful interview, Swami told us to start a library. We were all surprised, very surprised. And he said it should be a place with a sharp roof. So we thought, where should it be? So we had a location in mind in Veldhoven. You know Veldhoven, it's close to Eindhoven. And there was a devotee living, and he offered his whole house. His whole house he was offering as a library. But because he was also moving to India, so he offered his whole house. But later, in India, Swami said, you should start it here, in this place. So that's why we started here. We collected many books. Most of these books, almost all these books are donations. And we have thousands of books now. And we have collected from all kinds of categories. Like on this side, you see mostly books from religions and philosophies, like Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, but also Sufism, Theosophy, Confucianism, and many more. And that side, you mostly see books from different masters, saints and sages, like Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, of course, Sai Baba, and Sri Madhusudhan Sai, but also Oirschot and many other masters, but also books about religion, about yoga, meditation. But also a main part is children's books. You find them here. Most children's books are in this cupboard. It's a low one, so especially for children. So these are the main categories we have in this library. And it was inaugurated, as you can see here, by Swami, Sri Madhusudhan Sai, we call him, in 2016. Here you can see him entering the library. Here he is cutting the ribbon, inaugurating the library. And then maybe Kiran, you can show the next picture. Yeah, there's the plaquette. It's on the wall there, on the right side, close to the stairs. And maybe you can show some more pictures of this inauguration. Yes. Oh, there you can see Pavan. Here, Swami, we offered him the first book as an introduction to the library. Yeah, here he is. We are guiding him through the library. So that was April 5th, 2016. Yeah, this is, I will talk about this later. Because we had a program, not only inaugurating the library, but it was a whole program at the end of the hall with music, play by children. So it was a big happening that day, not only inauguration of the library, but also a big festival happening at the end of the hall. Then later, we as library, we also organized special meetings. Like we had a Buddhist, we had a Hindu man, a Pandit we had, but we also had a special meeting about different religions, an interfaith meeting. So here you can see, I hope it's visible for you, you can see here is a Hindu, Buddhist, he was from Judaism, they are Catholic nuns on the right side, Islam, these people are from Islam, so we had from 5 different religions, we had people together a few years back, and the theme of the day was unity in religions. So it was a very nice setting, it was a beautiful day, a long day with many speeches, and it was very nice to have them all together, to hear their words about unity in religions. So this is actually the main thing I want to tell about the library. If you want to have some books, we have free books there on the left table, and the right tables we have some books for sale, if you're interested. There are a few children's books. Most books on the table are in English. And we have also some books for sale, as I said. Mostly these books for sale are about from discourses from Sri Madhusudhan Sai. So you're very welcome also to become a member of the library if you want. If you want to become a member, there's a form where you can register yourself. So this is my short talk about the library. Yeah, it's membership is free. I think that's unique to have a free library. And we also hope that some children will have some children's books to read. This is our children's collection, as I said. So you're all very welcome to become a member of this library. We hope to see you more. Thank you.
Thank you, Leo. Just to add to that, the opening times of the library, they differ, but we are planning to open on the time when the temple is also open. So we are going to set that up, so whoever wants to come, they can always come, but it is not yet ready, and that will take maybe a little time. But just see when the door is open, which means you can allow. Only thing to take care, if you pick up any book, it has to go back in the same place, because all of these are meticulously done, and if you go through the software and then find out which book, then if they are in the right location, you will find it. But if you pick up a book and put it somewhere else, then it becomes very difficult to find the book. So the only thing is, make sure, if you are not sure, then please leave the book on the table there, so that the people who are from the library, they will come and put it back in the same location. So that's the only thing which you have to take care. But if you want to know, or if you want to make use of the library, please inform one of the volunteers, and then they will let us know, and then we will inform you how to do that. Right. Any questions with respect to the library? No?
When is the opening time?
Yeah, so right now we are planning to open during the temple hours.
All right.
So whenever the temple on Saturdays from, let's say, 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock, something like that. But otherwise, generally it is on every alternate Saturday, right? No? So it's on, yeah, if somebody wants to make use of we are open on the first Sunday of the month. First Sunday of the month, we have a satsang here. And during that time, the library is, of course, always open.
Whole day?
Yeah, we come around 12 o'clock and all the way up to 3:30, 4 o'clock we are here. So every first Sunday of the month. But it's always better to either look at the library, the website. Website also we will inform.
Also by appointment.
Yeah, by appointment is doable. Yes. Right. Can you give me the flyer, because I don't.
Yeah, I have it.
We have the flyer. Right? So I can. Yeah.
Maybe it's nice to have a little chat between you in the next future, to find a person who really likes to connect with us, and then you can get in charge of the library yourself. That's the idea, because it's difficult for us.
So that's a good point, Lisha. We are looking for volunteers from the Balaji group as well. So then they can be part of the library group, so they know what's going on, and then they will be in charge of opening the library. We will see, that will take some time, but we will see when it happens. Yeah. Right.
Maybe you can also mention that we are working on a computer system.
Yeah.
Right. So the whole library is computerized. So we can get a login, and then wherever you are, you can access if the particular book is available or not. You can go through the search. It is still not up and running, so we will make it in the near future. And through the website of Sai Anandam, you can go to the library, become a member, and search if any books are there. So that is also shortly it will be up and running. Yeah.
I think it would be nice to have a whole working how it works, how people can subscribe and everything, how they can pick up all those things. I think if you have a kind of instructions.
Yes, so that's a very good point. So we will just give a PDF format, so where you can go there and then get a step-by-step instruction of how you can access the library, how you can log in, how you become a member. So we will also include that in the website, so you all can get there.
Yeah.
Right. So we have our next speaker, Dr. Rajesh Vaddhireddy, and he is going to talk on yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's on breath meditation. So he's breath meditation, and he's MBBS, and then you can see almost a paragraph of his degrees. So he's a very well a professional. So we are very honored to have him here. And the moment we informed him, he was so eager to come and spend these 2 days with us. Of course, he came yesterday and is leaving tomorrow. So we are really fortunate to have you here. And your experience of breath meditation, he is not only doing the normal, real, in the hospital doctor, because I'm also a doctor, but not a medical doctor. So there is a confusion of that. And he is really medical doctor. So he works in the NHS in the UK. And apart from that, he is very much interested in the spirituality as well. And that's how he picked up this meditation. And he does a lot of this philanthropical work, helping a lot of people, just like how our goals of Sai Anandam, he is actually doing as an individual, inspiring a lot of people. So we are really eager to look forward to your talk. And so inspire us from your meditation and look forward to that. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for the introduction, Kiran. I'm not that great. I'm very simple. Simple thing is, I'm an anesthetist. I put people to sleep. That is my profession, to earn money. I'm also passionate. So I put people to sleep like meditation. That is my conscious sleep, unconscious sleep. And also, when I have a time, I try to keep these meditation sessions to make people more about aware and healthy lifestyle. Which is again, Gezendo living style. Have I pronounced right? Little bit, okay. Gezendo. Is it Gezendo? Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay. Today we're going to do a little bit breath meditation. I'll guide you the breath meditation. Followed by, we're going to talk about the habits, why we need to change your habits, what is the importance of having healthy lifestyle. So I'll sit there and guide you meditation for 20 minutes with the music. Then after the meditation, we'll go through the habits, because it's an interactive session. We can ask questions, discuss how we can make our lives better. We think how we can make our health better from the both spiritual aspect and also medical aspect. What are the simple changes we can make? Where all we can improve? These are the few things. And wonderful thing is, I came yesterday here. Eindhoven is beautiful. I did some cycling. It was fantastic. And the energy here is so great. I just showed your library was amazing. I'm quite impressed with your library. And then you showed me some slides, 5 religions coming in here. So the purpose of is Vasudhaiva Kutumbam. World is one. It's all oneness. The two organizations, SVK and Sai Anandam. 2 things I like was, world is one, so Vasudhaiva Kutumbam. Each one, educate one. That's the principle. Each one, feed one. Those are the 2 principles. I think I announced a little bit early, I think. But it's a fantastic concept. Okay? Let's start the meditation. Yeah? Anybody who's new to meditation? You all do the meditation, isn't it? Yeah. Fine. So I'll just sit there so it's comfortable.
You can put this
Kiran, somebody makes recording.
Yeah, he's doing.
Just a moment.
Hello. Yeah. I think one of your cars is not lights bleeping. BMW car?
BMW black.
Or not? Okay, that's fine.
It's blinking, so if you really want to go back home.
That's a good one.
Okay, maybe it's somebody else's. Maybe it's from somebody else.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. All of you sit comfortably with your back straight. Cross your legs or hands, whichever is comfortable position. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. Just focus on your breath. Take a couple of nice deep breaths and close your eyes. Focus on your breath. With a smile on your face. Just try to relax for the next 20 minutes. I am relaxed. My right foot is relaxed. When you say right foot, visualize all the muscles in the right foot getting relaxed. The right knee is relaxed. Visualize and focus all the muscles in the knee are getting relaxed. The right hip is relaxed. Left foot is relaxed. Left knee is relaxed. Left hip is relaxed. Abdomen is relaxed. Chest is relaxed. All the muscles in the back are relaxed. And all the muscles in the face and neck are relaxed. With complete relaxation in the body and stillness in the body, just focus on your breath. Thoughts will come and go, it is natural. Just observe the thoughts. As soon as the thought comes, try to come back and focus on your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Focusing between the eyebrows, just observe your normal breath. Absolute stillness in the body and stillness in the mind. visualize a divine light falling on the top of your head. Just feel the divine energy. Feel the divine energy as if falling on the head like a waterfall. They're spreading across the face. All the muscles in the face. Every cell in the face is becoming energetic. Energy spreading into the neck. Abundance of energy flowing into your heart. Just feel that energy. From the heart, energy is flowing into both hands to the tips of the fingers. That energy expanding into the abdomen. Flowing into the legs towards the toes. Feel the energy from head to the toe. Just feel the divine energy within you. Feel that energy flowing from head to the toe and is expanding beyond you, spreading across the room. The entire room is filled with energy, divine energy. And this entire divine energy connecting to the universe. Feel that within you. I am a divine soul. Feel that word divine. When you mean to divine, feel the divinity within you. soul. I am a peaceful soul. I am a knowledgeful soul. I am a courageous soul. Next few minutes, just focus on your breath. I want you, all of you, to think about one habit which you want to improve. It could be anything. When you acquire that habit, I want to visualize all of you. How do you feel? What do you listen? How do you feel about yourself? Last 2 minutes. Slowly come back and just be aware of your surroundings. And open your eyes. Take your own time. Take your own time and slowly open your eyes. Okay. Anyone want to speak or any questions? Anything? You all feel tired, isn't it? We'll talk about the topic habits today. Is it important having habits? Habits are good or bad? In a 24-hour day, what percentage of our life is due to habits?
90%.
Is it a habit to get up in the morning and to have breakfast? and
Yeah, anything.
shower?
Yeah,
Is that
habit.
what you mean by habit?
Anything. Waking up, having a breakfast, brushing your teeth, and walking, eating food, the way you communicate with the people. Every day, the actions what you do is due to habits. What percentage of it is due to habits?
I don't understand, but
See, morning, every day you wake up,
yes.
automatically you do things without thinking. That is a habit. So what percentage of your day you do things automatically without thinking?
100%. Yeah.
You got it? No?
Absolutely, ja.
Dat zijn habits.
Ja, ja, zonder na te denken.
Ja, dat stap je dus van alles zonder na. Dat zijn habits.
You have to think what you are doing
Yeah, without thinking. Yeah.
without thinking.
Like you drive a car, you don't even think,
Well,
isn't it?
that's
Because
dangerous without thinking.
no, you just observe and do it. You don't think
Yes.
when you drive. Yeah, you focus on your breath. That's fine. Just because if you're driving something, you're thinking something else. Is dangerous or just focusing on what you're doing?
I think I have to focus on what I'm doing.
Yeah. So yeah.
Sometimes I have, when I'm driving, that I suddenly realize that the surrounding and I see, oh, I am that far, and I did it drive with my conscience.
Okay.
So I did think about something else. I was in gedachten. Hoe zeg je dat? Ja.
In-
So, oh. So that is very dangerous, I think.
Yeah. So in a day, in a 24-hour, what percentage you think we do automatically without thinking?
Maybe the best word is intuition, right? You're trying to say intuition.
No, no.
What you said earlier was true.
Just trying to get the percentage of habits without even thinking. Scientific breathing, yeah, without even knowing you breathe it. That's one thing exactly. Like that, our habits are what we are. So the study showed in America that our day-to-day habits, 45% automatically we do without even thinking. And some people it to 70%. And some people it could be 90%. So for the brain without in thinking, automatically we do our habits. So we're going to discuss today about habits, how the habits are formed, how can we change our habits. Is it necessary to change our habits? Sometimes, not today. So how many of you agree that we
We have to change habits. Can you raise hands?
Okay, all of you.
All of you think you have to change your habits.
Bad habits, yes. Not good habits.
Bad habits, okay.
Yes, not good habits. Good
How
habits
do-
you want to-
How do you know it's a good habit or bad habit?
it gives you happiness and to others happiness, so it's a good habit.
Okay.
We'll go to the next slide, please. So what is a habit? A habit is a regular tendency to practice, especially when it's hard to give up.
So our daily, we have a habits about 45 to 50%. No. Sir?
Can you make the window down?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Naar beneden. Daar.
Yes.
That's better.
Oh, okay, thank you.
There's light behind you.
There's a light.
No, there's no light behind you.
Yeah. So you are all in.
Lighten now. Now we can see you. We'll go to the next one, please.
This one?
Hello. This is again.
Kiran, can you give the mic without?
Okay, that's fine. Hello. Yeah, we know what's a habit. Now we'll go a little bit philosophically. What? Yes, please.
Does the amount of habits change during the day
Yeah.
depending on what you're doing?
Yes.
Actually,
Yes, correct.
so a very busy day
Uh-huh.
with a lot of concentration
Yes.
is less habit,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So when we end up at the end of the week
Okay.
doing a lot of concentration work,
Okay.
we'll be exhausted.
That's true. Without habit, yes, you can become exhausted. Yeah. Without habit, you can become exhausted.
Yeah.
But that habit, what you are learning, if it is a bad habit, then how much you get exhausted?
Yeah.
You will become worse at the end of the week. So whatever we are learning habits, we try to learn good habits. How do we do that? So what our Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, so can you go to please next? So watch your thoughts. When we are sitting in meditation, what we are trying to do, we are watching our thoughts. Those thoughts will become words. You agree with that? As you watch your words, they become actions. That is what? Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. And watch your character, it becomes your destiny. So we're all sitting here what we are because of our character, because of our habits. So whatever the destiny we have chosen, till now we are here because of our habits and also our character. Do you all agree with that? So if you want to change destiny, what should we do?
Change your thoughts.
Yeah. Change your habits is right, but where should we start? Thoughts, isn't it? You all agree we have to change our thoughts? So how do we do that? That's a big challenge. Because we are exposed to the same kind of people. To change a thought, the purpose of meditation is when we sit in the meditation, on average, we get about 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day. That's a scientific study. So, the people who sit for a meditation, over a period of time, that number of thoughts will come down. That's quite a lot, isn't it? 60 to 70,000 per day. So, the quantity is very high. When the quantity is high, quality comes down. Do you all agree? All people are working? When the quantity is high, your quality automatically comes down. So when you focus on meditation, when you focus on your thoughts, the number of thoughts will start coming down. Automatically, your quality improves. That is what meditation is, where you are resting your brain. So breath meditation is very easy because you can focus on your breath at any time. Even sitting you can do, driving you can do, eating you can do, anytime you can focus on your breath. On average, we take about 20,000 breaths per day. And each breath, about 3 thoughts. Can we not focus on your breath 300 breaths per day? Is it difficult? A minute per hour, can we not focus on your breath? It's not difficult. Only if you want to. Unless you change your thought, it will not happen. So we are here today, we're changing our thoughts. And we're going to next lecture, about next few minutes, where all we can change our thoughts, where all we can change our habits. So, how does the habit is formed? There is a cue, there is a routine, and there is a reward. Cue is like a stimulus, where you got something you like that, you try to do that. Then it becomes a routine and it becomes a reward. Say like eating a food, particular food, you like it, you start eating that one, it becomes a routine. If it is a good habit, it becomes a reward. If it's a bad habit, like smoking, you like it, it becomes a routine, you get a reward for that. Your lungs will get damaged. So everything there is a reward. If it's a good habit, reward. Bad habit, reward. If you make a meditation as a habit, you will get reward. How do you get? Every day, its number of thoughts will come down. Your quality of thought increases. Your focus improves. That is for mindfulness. Whatever you do, we have to be 100% focusing on it. As we drive, sometimes our mind fluctuates, goes there. But if we focus on it, we can see the road around. We can see the things around. And if we are aware about ourselves, then things will become more better. You will enjoy more. You are missing a lot of things because you're thinking in the future or in the past. Thoughts are only three kinds of thoughts we got. Thought is you think about future or you think about the past. But idea of meditation is we have to live in the present. If you think too much about future, what will happen? Anxiety comes. If you think too much about your past, what will happen? Depression. So you have to get rid of those thoughts. You have to be more focused on the present. So that is not possible, present moment. That's why we do meditation. Over a period of time, it increases content. Try to be in the present moment.
She wants to talk to you.
She's best, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can come to stage. Okay. Next one, please. Yeah.
But doesn't it all have to do with your awareness?
How do we get awareness? Sorry.
Be focused.
Yeah, be focused. That's what you practicing meditation is. When we sit, we observe our own feelings.
Mm-hmm.
When you observe your own feelings, your awareness increases. Because there is anger comes, there is jealousy comes, there is a fear comes. When you observe it and let it go all your emotions, that's how your awareness increases. Because when anger comes, are you responding or are you reacting to it? So as the people who keep on meditating, they don't respond to it. They don't react to it. They will try to respond to it. They take time and respond. So when you observe your own feelings, then your awareness improves. Life is very simple. Thinking, feeling, and action. Yeah?
Is it not feeling, thinking, and action?
Ideally, first feeling comes.
Yes.
But now in the current world, we are thinking first. We forgot about feelings. Yeah, we just think and act. Anything comes, why? Am I getting any favor? Or is he getting any favor? We think about it, then only we do action. We forgot about our feelings. The meditation helps to observe our feelings. So feeling comes first, as you said, right. But in this current world, we forgot about our feelings. When you observe your feelings, your thought process will come down. Thinking is necessary only when required. But what is happening now? Mind is constantly running. Then when it's running, it never stops. So you forgot your feelings. So based on your thinking, you started acting. So that's the wheel of life. Those who are interested, wheel of life. We have different parts of your life. Some are good in health and fitness. Some may be good in spirituality, career, family, relationships, and personal growth and development. These all completely, everything is needed. Some of you may be very good at career, but neglecting other things. Some of you may be very good at maintaining family and relationships. Then other things you might be forgetting. So today we talk about more about health and fitness. So all these, to be successful in this part, everything is habits only. If you want to be successful in career, you need to give habit of giving, habit of working to the company you're working. Are you giving more than what they required? If you want to maintain family and relationships, again, habit of giving. Are you giving enough love to your family? Are you giving enough time to your family? Relationships, same thing. Habit of giving. Are you giving time? Are you giving love to the family? How do you maintain all those things? It all comes through habits. Yes. Okay. Good habit, yes. We'll go to the next one, please. So, why do we need to change our habits? See, if you could look at the lifestyle, 100 years ago, average lifespan is about 20-30 years. A lot of people used to die because of the infections. Then penicillin, antibiotics came. Then came vaccinations. Now average lifespan is about 80. But why do we need to change now? Anybody have answers? Why do we need to change our habits? Along with as lifespan is increasing, at the same time, we don't have the quality of life almost 15 years. Because number of cancers are increasing. Currently in UK, as I speak, every 2 minutes, one cancer is diagnosed. So 1,000 cases per day diagnosed. And if you look at it, 1 in 4 have a mental health issue. That's going to be the biggest problem next few years. Mental health is going to be the biggest challenge for everyone. So in a year, 1 in 4 will have a mental health issue. Now, you can see what percentage of obesity is there. Overweight, 43% of people are overweight. And if year, probably 1 in 2 will become obese. Obviously, with the obesity, a lot of health conditions become worse. See, last 20-30 years, our habits have changed significantly. At the same time, our illnesses have gone significantly. You can see diabetes have increased significantly. And also heart disease, hypertension. There are a lot of health issues have become worse. So what is the reason for it? Because we have hospitals, we have doctors, but still we're not able to do the requirement. Because till now, doctors are responsible for your health. But it's going to change. It's the patient who you are responsible for your health. How do we do that? Your response. How do we increase our responsibility? That's why we want to create awareness. That's why we are all having a talk, all these things. So now we all have to create a good habit. How do we do that? Have you read anybody Atomic Habits by James Clear? It's a good book. So if you want to create a good habit, make it obvious. And make it attractive. Make it easy. Make it satisfying. If you look at the bad habits, if you look at any TV advertisement, you also look at the TVs and advertisements. any fizzy drinks, they will make it obvious. It's very present everywhere. Make it very attractive, colorful. There are a lot of things. And make it easy available. And make it satisfying. So, lot of things, bad habits or good habits, you have to, if you want to create a good habit, these are the few things you need to look at it. So, what I did was lifestyle medicine. This is where patient has to be responsible. Where we have 6 pillars in lifestyle medicine, where all we have to focus. One is nutrition, obviously diet and food. Next is movement, mind-body practices, sleep, addiction, connecting to social and nature, and reducing any addictions. So we're going to talk about the nutrition. Nowadays, what percentage of people eat ultra-processed food? Anybody can say? Percentage of people eat ultra-processed food. Do you know ultra-processed food? Ultra-processed food is the food that comes from the industry, not from the farms. So it goes to the processed, fast food. That's
Supermarket food.
any frozen food, supermarket food, ultra-processed food. What percentage of people eat?
So many.
The study shows adults 55%, children about 67%. Across the world. I mean, America, most of the studies happen in America, so it's like a. So, is it good, ultra-processed food?
No.
What do we do? Why it's not good?
It's processed.
Yeah, it's a processed. They let a lot of additives add in, and they store for a longer period. There is no energy in it. Too much sugar, too much salt, and too many chemicals as to store for a longer period. So, these 20-30 years ago, we didn't have much ultra-processed food. Now, we have a lot of ultra-processed food. Most of them are because of work, whatever reason, we are ending up in eating ultra-processed food. We have nothing available. Even to get a fresh food, it's very difficult to get. So, but the people who are making this food manufacturing industries, they created a good habit because they made it obvious, they make it easy, they make it attractive, so that everybody goes there and have to. There is no option. If you go to the supermarket, there is nothing much. You have to buy the ultra-processed food. So these food habits, which is ultra-processed food, what we are eating, making our health worse. Can we change it? Oh, somebody, yes, nice. Okay. So, that's a diet. 80-20, okay. What percentage of our health is to genetically? Like, if you have family history of family cancer, or a family history of heart disease, what percentage you're going to get it? Because it's in the number, isn't it? 20%, is it?
60%.
Yeah, you're all right, 20%. Genetically is only 20%, and 80% is epigenetics. That means, if you modify your habits, if somebody's father has a heart disease at 40, you can postpone it till 80 or 90. But provided you change your habits and make your health better. So, okay, and so when you eat food, how much stomach you should be full?
75, 60 to 70.
80.
The number is easy, isn't it? Number is there. So you should fill the stomach 80%. Always keep it 20% empty.
Yeah.
So that your brain, you're more alert. So what happens if you fill 100%? Obviously, all the blood flow goes to the stomach and you feel sleepy and drowsy. So when you eat, try to be 80%. And you only eat when you are very hungry. People forgotten, they just eat morning, afternoon, evening, dinner. When they find food, keep on eating. That's why we have more obesity here rather than anything else.
How to calculate 80%?
It's your stomach, your feelings. That's why you need to sit for meditation. Because you understand your feelings. Your body knows what is required. It's a mind which is seeing advertisement on the TV. Oh, I need to eat that. I need to eat this. Oh, my colleague is eating, I also have to eat that. But if you sit here, you understand your own feelings, then you know when it is full, when it's not full. Otherwise, it will say, stop. You also might have noticed it. Still you eat. We all do that. Next one, please. So the first one, diet. Has anybody does fasting? Only few. Fasting? Is it good or bad? Okay. Okay. Does anybody know fasting prevents cancer? Yeah. No, in 2016, Japanese scientists have been given Nobel Prize, finding that there is a process called autophagy. So if you are fasting, normal cells will eat your cancer cells. So the body has a natural healing process if you give enough rest. So if you have the time, Google it, autophagy. So that's very important. We need to have fasting. Although all religions, they have Lent or a fasting kind of things, but we don't follow. It's been there so many years. But that doesn't come on the TV anywhere. Yeah, nobody will tell if you fast, you'll have this cancer cells will be killed and it's much better. Now we finished the diet. Exercise. Everybody does exercise here? Okay, oh, fantastic. Well, many are saying yes, that's good. So a lot of people, I think some of you are IT professionals. You all sit in front of the computer for 9 hours, 10 hours. And then in a week, you go and do 2-3 hours and you think it's exercise. Is it exercise? That's everybody does the same thing, is all IT professional. Sit in front of computer for 10 hours, 8 hours. Then in a week, you go to the gym, do 2 to 3 hours. And then you come back, I'm going to gym, I'm doing exercise. That is not exercise. Exercise is movement. Every day, whatever you do, you're bending, flexibility, or improving. There are different kinds of exercise there. Your heart should pumping, that is cardio. Little bit running or whatever you do, where your heartbeat goes up and comes down. Then strengthening. Obviously, you lift something or just keep on doing. Flexibility. Here, yoga helps you. When you stretch your muscles, flexibility and balance. As the age grows, it's a balance you have to focus on your balance. Can you stand on one leg? Where you're able to, otherwise you have to do falls as well. So exercise means these 4 things you have to focus. Next one, please. Sleep. I know some of you are already sleeping. Of course, I'll take a credit for that because it's my profession to put people to sleep. So how do you know we have a good sleep or not? Yeah, okay, that's fine. One thing. Anything else?
More energetic.
Yeah, when you wake up, more energetic, yes.
Positive thoughts.
We sleep every day, isn't it? Anybody doesn't sleep on the day? We all sleep every day, isn't it? But I'm asking one question, only one is answering. How do you know that we have a good sleep or not? One is next day energy. Anything else? You feel rested, okay. Yeah?
Positive thoughts.
What? In sleeping also positive thoughts, is it? Next day. Yeah, okay. Thoughts could be anything. Yeah, good feeling. See, the main reason is when you go to bed, will you be able to sleep in 10-20 minutes? Yeah? That's one thing you have to look at it. And the quantity of sleep. Are you sleeping 7 to 8 hours? That is a quantity. How do you know the quality of sleep is good? One is said next day energy is good. The other one?
Deep sleep.
Deep sleep. Okay. If you watch TV and go to sleep, will you get a deep sleep?
No.
Anybody who doesn't do that? Without watching, you don't watch TV? Not at all. Okay. That's good. That's a very good habit. Why? What happens if you watch TV and goes to sleep?
get a nightmare.
Yeah, nightmares. Perfect. Yeah, nightmares. You do get nightmares, and you don't sleep because mind is constantly thinking. It is never allowing body to relax. The other thing is all these gadgets have a melatonin. There is a blue light from the gadgets. For the sleep, we need a hormone called melatonin. It happens around 10 to 11. It releases in the body and make you sleep, and it wakes up around 3 to 3:30 in the morning. That melatonin hormone comes down. But if you watch gadgets, because the brain thinks it's still a daylight, and the blue light emitting, it reduces the production of melatonin. So even though you are lying in the bed, your mind is constantly thinking, although you are taking rest. But that is not rest. So why do we need to sleep? Yeah. To get energy. Fantastic. Good answer. So in the sleep phase, our healing happens. If you sleep well, our body healing, automatically body can heal itself. Over a period of time, if you don't sleep well, although we think we are sleeping at 9, we are waking up at 7, but if it is not a deep sleep, if there is no quality in that sleep, over a period of time, it affects your health. So sleep is very important. The best way you can do is avoid gadgets at least 2 hours before the sleep. Yeah, sorry.
Avoid it.
Yeah, that's true.
So from 10 o'clock to 3:30.
No, that's my phone. Do not sleep.
10 o'clock, sorry?
From 10 to 3:30 is it good enough to sleep?
7 to 8 hours. So you don't wake up at 3:30 anyway. But ideally, early morning wake up is much better. The people who are in meditation, they will wake up early and then they start doing this meditation, yoga and all those things. But yeah, if you can sleep 10, 7 hours, 5 o'clock, yeah, that's fine. That should be enough. Or if you can sleep early, 9 o'clock, it's fantastic. But again, after eating food, minimum of 2 hours should be break. So that at least food is what you eat and gets digested, then only you can sleep. So next day morning, if you feel energetic, that means you have taken enough rest. A lot of people, yeah.
How do we know we've had a good deep sleep?
The morning, next day morning, if you feel energetic, you know the feeling of it. If you observe your own feelings, you'll know.
But the deep sleep is only
Couple of hours.
one
Yeah,
moment in the
yeah.
night.
It's a REM sleep, non-REM sleep. Sometimes you think about it. Sometimes that deep sleep is very important.
That is very
That's very, yeah. That's very important. But if that period is shortened, then because mind doesn't, the brain doesn't have usually when you sleep, the brain gives signals, brain takes rest, the energy flow supplies to other organs of the body. Whichever needs healing, the energy flows into that part of the body, that it start healing. But if you don't have that, mind is constantly working, still some amount of energy is used there. So it doesn't have enough energy to supply to other parts of the body. That's why deep sleep is very important. Okay, next one. Yeah, mind-body practices. Well, a lot of you work in the company. So mind is like a CEO. And body is like your employees. Employer and employees. If the mind is not working well, automatically the body doesn't, because mind gives the signals to the body. That these are the affirmations what we do. I'm a good soul, pure soul, whatever affirmations we do. I'm good, healthy, happy, positive things. These will affect our mind, which will send signals to the body. So it's important to be in the positive mindset. We can talk a lot about mind. If you understand our mind, it's very difficult. I mean, it's a long process to understand your mind. The more you understand your mind, the more you know mind is much superior to body. And what you tell your mind, it sends the signals to the body. If you say, I'm healthy, and mind signals send a signal to body, I'm healthy. Over a period of time, your body becomes better. If you're worried, if I'm sick, mind sends a signal to the body and says, it becomes worse. So it's important what you tell your mind. Whatever you think, you become like that. Any spiritual book you look, they all say, whatever you think, you become like that. So your thinking should be more in the positive vibe. Yeah, next one, please. Yeah, stress. So what age do we get stress? Anybody answer? What age do we get stress? Huh? No, too busy. Age group. What age? Because nowadays everybody speaks about stress, isn't it? Probably 20, 30 years ago, not many people speak about stress.
Thinking more, whatever age.
Whatever age. Child? 1 year old? Or pregnant mother?
Pregnant mother can.
Yeah. Start from the womb. Stress. So how do we define stress? Too much overthinking. Yeah. Anything else? Stress is, yeah. Well, good. Too much work. You play a lot? Is it playing is a work? No. When you play, do you feel stressed? No. Then work, why you feel stressed in the work? It's also like play, isn't it? When you like it, do you feel stressed?
No. But if you don't like it, you feel
Stressed. Yes, isn't it? Who tells you like it or not? It's the mind?
it's your mind, yeah.
Yes. So who will tell the mind, I like it, I don't like it?
We,
We. So where is the stress?
I don't know.
In the mind. You are thinking about it. So stress is nothing but expectations with resilience. We feel stress because we have a lot of expectations. Sometimes from others, most of the time from others only. What they think, what they are not doing this, why they are doing this, why my boss is not giving increment, why my boss is giving me more work. Whatever it is, stress comes with because your expectations are not able to feed from others. But if you keep expectations on ourselves, how do I improve? What can I do to improve myself? Then automatically stress comes down. So stress is directly proportional to expectations and inversely proportional to resistance or resilience. So these all habits will improve your resilience. That means you increase resistance. When you increase resilience, obviously stress levels come down. Becoming stronger, resilience in the mind wise. So these habits, if you keep the enough rest for the body and enough rest for the mind, that make you more resilient. It's a more of a positive thinking. Feeling happy whatever you do. Yeah, reasons for stress. As you said, somebody said work, homework. Is it you get stressed when you have homework? Yeah. But if you like the homework?
They're not.
So you should start liking things, then stress will come down. Oh yeah, please.
So, is it true that basically stress is what we impose on ourselves
Yeah.
and we're not aware of it?
Yes, that is true. Most of the time we are not aware about it, but
So we have to work on that awareness.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That awareness comes through meditation again. Because you know what's making you stress, what's not making you stress. Because there's nothing like stress. If you enjoy every moment, stress will go off.
Example, we were in the car
Okay? Yeah.
from the north
Yeah.
to Oirschot,
Okay.
and there was a huge roadblock.
Okay.
So we had to make a detour
Okay.
about 1 hour,
Okay.
and we were full of stress
Okay.
because
You're getting delayed. Yeah. Yeah.
how crazy can you be?
Yeah. That's true.
But we're doing it sort of automatically,
Yeah.
and that is the awareness.
Awareness, yeah. So at that point when you feel, can you do anything about it? You can't do. Because traffic is not in your hands. Sometimes situation is not in your hands. Even a situation is not in your hands, you have to accept it and see what can you do. So if you worry about it, there is no use. If you can do something about it, do it.
Acceptance is the key.
Yeah, acceptance is the key, yeah. So that's what spirituality teaches you, the acceptance. When you become a spiritual, any problem comes, first you accept there is a problem. Then you have a courage to change that problem. Then if you go deep into, you get a wisdom, which one you can change, which one you can't change. That is spirituality. Those are the basics for the spirituality.
We are learning the Bhagavad Gita with
Okay.
Kiran, and there is equanimous. No?
Mm-hmm.
So we try to do that in ourselves, to get equanimous in our mind.
Mm-hmm.
So when these things happen,
Mm-hmm.
you don't get stressed because you accept everything
As it comes.
Yes.
You accept everything as it comes.
Yes.
Exams, a lot of people get children, or you get exam stress. You know there is exam. When you feel about exam, what should you do? You need to work on it.
Yes.
If you keep on thinking exam, what will happen? Stress level goes up. But if you don't put on the work on it, you don't get the results. So these are few, again, mind's unrealistic expectations, exaggeration, rigid thinking. These are the few mindsets what we have, or a negative self-talk. So what are the 3 things to make you happy? 3 C's. Anybody knows? If you avoid 3 C's, you will be very happy. One is stress. No, 3 C's. Choices, you can't avoid choices. Some choices you have to make. Yes, you can avoid something which you don't like. Concentration helps you in improving focus on things. Yeah, that's part of it. If you avoid criticism, we always criticize people. 3, yeah. Criticism, comparison, and complaining. If you avoid 3 C's in day-to-day life, you will become more happier. Because, of course, we can't avoid other people criticizing you. But as long as you stop criticizing others, because a lot of us have the habit, something happens in somewhere in the country, other country, some politician make a discussion, we argue here, we criticize them, which is of no use. Can we do anything about it? If you can do, just do it. If you can't do it, just keep quiet. Acceptance. Okay, next one, please. Do you have time? Dr. Kiran, I think we are good.
10 more minutes, sir.
10 more minutes, okay. Yeah. Now, new age stresses. Most common thing is gadgets. I think we are using too much gadget. Do you know how many hours we use gadgets? Apart from the work, an average every person uses per day 5 hours. This is a study. Apart from the work. Of course, you might be using 8 plus 5, 13 hours. Is it good? Is anything excessive, you use it. Obviously, it has its side effects. That's why the children nowadays are having a lot of autism. Because of watching gadgets at a very young age. By birth, when the child is born, they're giving gadgets. Parents are busy, they're giving gadgets, you play with it. That has a radiation, it has an effect on your brain. The growth of the child is not great. So if you see any doctors, if you ask a lot of the autism has gone significantly.
And then ADHD by children, is that also because of all those gadgets? Because earlier, about 50 years ago, we didn't have heard about ADHD.
Yeah, that's true.
Now,
we hear a lot of stress.
There is always a child who is having ADHD.
Yeah.
So is that also because of
gadgets? Yes. It's all these habits. The food what we are eating, ultra processed food. At the same time, there is no exercise, there is no proper sleep because you are watching gadgets all night and sleeping. So you are not getting deep sleep. So our body has a natural ability to heal itself. You don't need a doctor. Only we need a doctor when you have accidents or something like that. Most of the things we can raise our immunity. The point of this class is to raise our immunity. How do we do that? By simply changing our basic habits. Yes, please.
Yeah, sorry again.
And autism.
Gadgets is part of our daily life.
Yes.
Children are growing up.
Yes, yeah.
I often tell my wife, I'm happy I don't have to raise children nowadays.
Okay.
I consider that to be extremely difficult.
Yeah.
We're coming from a different age. But this is something we cannot change. This will develop more and more.
Yes.
So, how can we cope? This is something we cannot change. This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope?
Yes.
This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and more. So, how can we cope? This will develop more and
The best way is, I think, Sweden government recently introduced a new law where children cannot use, I think, limit for every children, but it's difficult to use unless parents want to do it. Below 7 years, I would say you should not use any gadgets because they should spend more time in the nature. That's not in the, but if the parents wants to, they can do it. Yeah, that's not in practice. That's why we are talking here. The more people talk about it, the more we become aware, the more side effects they know, then they'll stop avoiding it. So you can restrict the time 1 to 2 hours per day, because it's a gadget is must, because you have to do a lot of things.
Or will the body and the mind accept
What?
this change?
Uh-huh.
Let's face it, 50 years ago we didn't have computers.
Yes, yeah.
Now we are working, so we didn't work with computers.
Yes.
Now we are working with computers 8 or 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Is the body getting used to that? Is it a development or an evolvement of the body and the mind?
It's a evolvement, partly. I wouldn't say completely, because see, if you look at it, we have 3 Qs: intelligence quotient, emotional intelligence, and spiritual intelligence. So the previous generation, they have to work hard to develop IQ, intelligence quotient. They have to read a lot of books to develop every intelligence. But now current generation, they don't need intelligence. 2 minutes Google, everything Google gives better answer than parents. Yeah? So, but what they lack is emotional intelligence. How to deal with their own emotions, how to respond to other people's emotions. That is where meditation helps to improve your emotional intelligence. Again, we discussed that in spiritual intelligence. Spiritual intelligence helps us to accept the things as it is. So these 3 Qs you have to develop. IQ, of course, IQ is important, but nowadays the role is coming down as our AI develops artificial intelligence, IQ role will come down. But emotional intelligence is very important. At the same time, spiritual intelligence is important. Okay, please, next one. Yeah, there are different methods of relaxation techniques. You can do breathing exercise, meditation. Laughing is important. Smiling, you're not doing enough today. Have you done enough laughing today?
Always can be more.
Always can be more. Okay. So light music helps you to relax as well. There are a lot of things. Yeah, go next one, but I think we don't have much time. This is just a thought process. Now, on the way while going, you see a tiger or a lion. What do you do? Huh? What do you do?
Selfie.
You take selfie. Wow. What do you do when you see a tiger or lion?
I pray to Swami, help me.
Yeah. You pray, you freeze or pray. Okay.
Picture, everybody takes pictures.
Everybody take picture. Yeah, run.
No,
Run.
don't run. He come after you.
No. Normally it's a human tendency. We do 3 things. You run. One is you run. If you are courageous, like a person who is taking selfie, you'll go fight with it. Yeah. Other thing is panic and become freeze. Yeah. Next one. So these are the things happen: fight, flight, or freeze. So what happens if you like that? If you think about something, you don't like it. Like you don't like your boss, or you don't like some particular person, you go with fight with them, or you just keep away from them, or you just become panic a little bit. Those 3 things happen. So go to the next one. So what happens? There are 2 stress hormones we have. Our body is all about our hormonals, isn't it? So you have adrenaline and cortisol. When you are stressed up, it raises your heart rate, blood pressure, and when you have stressed up, your sugar levels go up. That's why currently a lot of people have heart disease and diabetes, because they are stressed for unknown and not necessary reasons. Whatever you think, you go home and you keep on thinking about tiger, the mind doesn't know whether it's a real tiger out there or not. Still it releases hormones. So the thinking is very important here. So you may have exam after 1 year, but now you start thinking exam. You feel stressed, you release that hormones, which will affect your health. Yeah. So the next one, yeah. Obviously, when they have stress hormones, we also have happy hormones. So what are these? Obviously, being a doctor, I need to prescribe something at the end of the lecture, isn't it? When you go to doctor, all the doctors prescribe or not? So I'm being a doctor, I need to prescribe some dose to all of you. So these are the happy hormones. One is a dopamine. Dopamine you get released when you like something, when you appreciate yourself. Self-appreciation is very important. Whatever you do the work, you appreciate yourself or appreciate other people, your dopamine is released, you feel more happy and contented. Oxytocin, again, is unconditional love. Normally a mother gives unconditional love to the child, or a yogi who gives unconditional love to the universe. Third one is serotonin. This hormone is released when you spend more time in the nature, when you do meditate. This make you more happy. Now, if you people who are depressed, anxiety, the doctors give drugs to raise the serotonin hormone. But that's only temporary. If you keep on taking it, you become dependent on it. When you have a natural ability to raise your hormones, you try to do as much as possible naturally. Endorphins, when you do exercise, these endorphins are released. So that's why you feel happy when you exercise. So,
And where is the chocolate?
yeah, sorry.
Where is the chocolate?
Chocolate comes in dopamine D. So because the mind doesn't know it's a good habit or bad habit. So when you eat chocolate, you feel happy, obviously appreciating it. Dopamine released. So, it comes to anything. So if you keep on eating chocolates, 20 chocolates, dopamine is released. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Mind doesn't know. Social media is like that. You keep on doing that because you feel satisfied and the dopamine is released. That's why there's a new program called dopamine detox. So because you are so much dependent on the gadgets, on the weekend, 24 hours or 40 hours, don't watch any gadgets. That is called dopamine detox. You can all do that, dopamine detox. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to see the change, be the change. That's what Mahatma Gandhi said. Okay. Okay. So are you all going to change your habits? Yeah?
Yes.
Only a few words, few people. They are not saying anything. Are you going to change your habits?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So small steps can lead to mountain. Do you believe that? Sure. How much time I have?
Yeah, I think almost you're all there.
Okay. That's me at the Everest Base Camp. So last year I had a severe back pain. Okay, so 6 weeks I had to take rest. And not rest means completely it's very difficult. Then after 6 weeks I went to physio. I'm just trying to move more or less. I want to take some challenge. That's what simple challenge. Suddenly 3 months before, one of my friend called me. We are going to Everest Base Camp. Do you want to come to me? I wanted a simple challenge, but seriously, can I do that? So 3 months time, normally people do 8 months, 1 year, all those things to train for that. And all my friends are, the friends who came with me, they're all very, okay, I said, friends are asking, let's try it. I'll say, okay, I'll come. So I have only 3 months time. I have to work because hospital. At the same time, evening, on the weekend, I have to take my kids for all activities. And whatever little time I have, so I need to try. So what can I do? 3 months, is it possible to do the Everest Base Camp training?
Change your mind.
Yeah, change your mind.
So you can
Exercise.
Exercise, how do you do? Because a lot of people do the trekking exercise. Yes, you can do exercise. Yes, I did. Yes. Trekking, because a lot of people do trail of trekking. So the simplest way I did was, I work in a hospital on the 4th floor.
Stairs.
Yeah, so I need to go every day for the theater, work in the 4th floor. So what I did was every day 10 minutes extra, go up and come down, go up and come down, morning and evening. That is my practice. So that's, you think good one, but I thought as much as possible that I tried.
It's cardio.
I can't do more than that. In a short period, I can't do more than that. So I went there and, okay, prepared for that and went there. So what kind of friends I have? Have you heard about Iron Man? Lot of friends did Iron Man. So those kind of group I joined there. And the second thing was, being a doctor, they asked me to be the lead. Is it a simple challenge or a difficult challenge? But if you trust your inner ability, God, whatever it is, because I love the nature, I left everything to trust the nature. So I was able to walk along with the people who had done Ironman. I didn't expect myself I can do that. Because yes, I'm fit, but not that fit to go to that stage. On the top of the mountain, when I go to Everest base camp, you know, as you go up, your oxygen levels will come down. Yeah? So my oxygen level was 80 when I came base camp. There, I got somebody called me when I was searching my breathless. I'm looking at my oxygen, it's 82, 83. Suddenly somebody comes, doctor, can you come and help me? There's a patient somebody is breathless. So I have to go and see somebody whose oxygen levels are 40. So I have to go and see her and help her. It took 3 hours, I have to stay with her. Because it's late in the night, the best thing in the treatment is they have to immediately come down to the next level. We have to reduce your height, but it's dark, they can't go down. So I ended up treating her, giving oxygen, whatever the drugs we have to do. And then next day morning, we made them to flew to the next station. So she improved well. So the one thing is, nothing is in our hands. We plan something, things happen differently. But what important is we have to accept as it is. So can you all take small steps? Yes. So you're all ready to go to Everest base camp now? You are ready to take the challenge? Okay, sorry. Thank you very much. Any questions you have?
That's a lot of information.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Okay.
it makes you aware of yourself,
Yeah.
your habits, good and your bad ones. So thank you for making us aware of this problem. Yes.
Thank you.
Very well. And also most of the things what you are talking about, the mind, the habits, and all those things, my talk is also something similar to that, and maybe an extension to that. So you gave a very good introduction to my talk. So it's just a token of our appreciation. Thank you very much for your wonderful talk. So next, Pavan will discuss on the Balvikas program. Oh, the Sai Anandam. So the activities what the Sai Anandam is doing, Pavan will discuss about that.
Happening actually, right? And the idea is actually to give you an overview of what are those activities that we are doing. So starting with the Sai Anandam Foundation. The Sai Anandam Foundation basically has this, it's also a stichting. It's registered as a stichting in the Netherlands, similar to the SBK. And this is basically the objectives, right? Promoting the universal principles of these human values. Truth, righteousness, peace, love, and non-violence. Propagating and practicing these human values in daily life. Spreading the awareness about the unity of religions, right? We also have the Temple-Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means one world, one family. And the Sai Anandam Foundation also has this principle of the unity of religions, one world, one family. Advocating this one world, one family through service, education, nutrition, and healthcare, which we will just give you a very brief overview of these activities and how can you actually become part of it. Oh, yeah, thank you. So, as we mentioned, right, these are basically the pillars of which we are focusing on. One world, one family via education, healthcare, nutrition, and community service. And our, parent foundation actually is established in India. And we are involved in many of these activities, not just in India or in the Netherlands, but actually across the world. There are about almost now 50 countries actively involved in contributing to these pillars. A lot of the activities are actually happening in India, but I'll just give you a quick overview. So let's start with education. This is what we call where there's a lot of children in India we don't have the means of having a proper education. So what happens is many parents are, don't send them to school because they don't have the means, and there's a lot of potential in these children. So that's why there are these programs called, for example, Each One Educate One, or Each One Higher Educate One, or Each One Medically Educate One. So believe it or not, there are actually about 28 campuses being established, giving completely free education to these children. Right now, there are about 3,000 children across 20 districts in India, across 3 states, and so far graduating 18,000 students so far. In this different, so really from grade 6 all the way until sponsoring the medical education of these students, right? So just to give you an idea, there's even a free medical college, which I will mention that. Can you go to the next one, please? Oh, okay. So that's on education. The next one is healthcare. So in healthcare, one of the biggest, say, underlying diseases that are kept untreated is congenital heart disease in children under 5, basically in children from 0 to 18 years. And many of these families, so these children are born with this congenital heart disease, and many of these families don't have the means to go to the hospital. So in India, there are about, how many? 3, 4?
I think 6, 5.
Maybe, yeah, about 5 hospitals, super specialty hospitals, giving free treatment of congenital heart disease. So pediatric cardiac hospitals, so highly specialized, fully giving services for free. So that's in India, but also globally. And this is one of the examples where our Stichting in Sai Anandam has been quite actively in Fiji. Does anybody know where Fiji Islands is?
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the Pacific Islands, very small island. But believe it or not, there are about, there are hundreds of islands in that region. And whenever there is, we're talking about, I don't remember if it is 1 or 3%, maybe the medical doctor will know here, how many children are under congenital heart disease. But many of them, because they don't have the means to go to either New Zealand or Australia for treatment, similar like in India, in the rural areas, to go all the way to the main cities for treatment, it costs a lot. So there are stories where parents are like, well, we can't afford to send them there. So they just literally watch their, they quit their jobs and just spend as much time with their children because it's the only thing that they know that their days are counted. So now in Fiji, for example, this is just an example of one of the hospitals that have been established there and now conducting free surgeries, not only for Fiji, but to cater the needs of the entire South Pacific region for those families who cannot afford it. And it's amazing the amount of work that is happening there. So similar hospitals are not only in India, but also outside India. Now this is kind of like the education, but also healthcare, right? In 2023, the Prime Minister Modi actually inaugurated India's first free medical college. Remember I mentioned about Each One Medically Educate One? This is also an opportunity for people to get involved, right? To, in supporting the education of children all the way until medical school. This is just to give you an idea. There is already a teaching hospital. It's called the Sarla Memorial Hospital in Chikbalapur district in near Bangalore, and this is the one that was actually inaugurated by the Prime Minister, which is the free medical college. And very soon there will be, it says 400, but actually it's going to be 600 bed, another teaching hospital that is going to be coming up in 1 year's time. So this is all, and it's all going to be free for free treatment, but also free education. So imagine a free medical college. And many times when we think of, oh, it's free, or maybe the quality might be not good. But actually, believe it or not, in these institutions, the academic excellence that are there are actually on par and perhaps one of the top ones in the country, in India. So it's not just, oh, because it's free, then the quality. No, and actually it's they spend a lot in terms of focusing a lot on the high quality of it. So that is on the kind of healthcare meets education. Then nutrition. Yeah, this is another nice activity that is happening in India across 23 states. A lot of children go to school hungry without breakfast. And then, of course, as many of you will realize, that impacts the education of the children. They actually did a study where after this program, it's called the Annapurna program, where, again, our organization, Sai Anandam, is actually supporting that as well in one of the villages in Andhra Pradesh, where this is actually the photos of the village that our organization is sponsoring, of children having their breakfast before, in the morning. And they've done studies where they can see the uptake, right, and the attention of children improving significantly, right? So this is also another opportunity that we want to make awareness if people want to be involved, with the motto of let no child go to school hungry ever. Right?
10 million children now.
How many?
In India now, 10 million children.
Okay, so in India alone, already 10 million of government schools, 10 million children already in this program. Lastly, is about community service. So just to tell you a little bit, so not everything, of course, is in India or in Fiji and around the world. We also do activities over here, and that's on the fourth pillar, which is community service. Now you would think, okay, we live in the Netherlands, we don't see that many beggars on the street, because you will see that actually everything is taken care of. I mean, it's quite nice. The government does already quite a lot, but the amount of refugees are just increasing tremendously. And almost every city there is actually a homeless shelter. So every weekend, once a day of the weekend, so either Saturday or Sunday, there are about 4 or 5 families that we take turns and cook a fresh, warm meal for them, for about 30 people. So today, for example, later today, they'll be dropping the food in that shelter, and this is basically homemade food. Now, will they go hungry if you don't give them this meal? Not really, because they do get frozen meals. But now imagine every day eating a frozen meal, sometimes the same thing every single day. Sometimes I have frozen pizza. I know that it's not. After you talk, I'll try to cut that down. But it's once in a while, it's okay. But now imagine doing that every single day. So and so it's not that okay. But some people say like, but they will not go hungry, right? So why do you need to get all this energy? Might as well put our energy in something else. But believe it or not, when we sometimes drop the food, you can suddenly see. So there are the frozen meals are in a piled up. And suddenly, we are putting the food in the containers and all that. You can suddenly see the people, coming immediately, because they're like, no, we don't like this frozen. No, we like your food, because they know that this is a homemade, warm meal that is different than what they get every single day. So that is the impact that we are also giving to the community, right? So we are looking to expand that, right? So if there are families who want to contribute there, who want to participate, please let us know. There are also refugees. So we will be expanding to refugee camps where not just homemade meals, but also just giving them the ingredients for them to cook the meals, right? And we, of course, keep it all vegetarian, healthy meals. Then the other one, which is also about homeless, is what we call the gift of love. And this is basically seasonal, maybe once a quarter, once every 6 months or so. We try to create packages for these homeless where with warm clothing, the basic stuff, believe it or not, some essentials, underwear. There was a story when we were giving things during the Christmas. We made all these packages and went to this homeless center. And they were telling us stories sometimes where it was sometimes hard to believe, but it happens. The homeless, sometimes they are so used to it, they don't find it important. Now imagine in the middle of in winter, and they don't have socks. So they're just walking around with barefoot, right? One of them actually got frostbite. He didn't realize the importance of it and got to the frostbite, got to the hospital, and well, unfortunately, I don't know if he lost the toe or something, but it's that extreme, right? Or even underwear. The government does provide some to some extent, but that is always needed. I even heard that they get used underwear from somewhere. It's really ridiculous, actually, if you really think about it. So that sometimes there is these little things that can make a big impact in creating this, or like, for example, if for those who are living in the streets, thermo bottles, they really appreciate that. So that is something that we also, so if you are interested as well, you can also be participating on that. Last but not least, there are also people involved in elderly, caring for the elderly. We used to do a lot more before COVID, now it's reduced, but there are people still involved. There are these elderly care facilities you may have seen in your neighborhoods with a lot of elderly in that facility. And yes, they do get visits from their family, from their children, once a week and all that. But the feeling of loneliness is huge. So once we remember, we were going to an elderly home, and we were thinking, oh my God, but these are all elderly Dutch people. We don't speak the language, and what are we going to talk about, right? But at that time, our son, for example, was really, really small. He was like maybe 1 year old. So we used to take him with him, and we didn't do anything actually. We just being there with the little boy there. You should have seen the way the elderly were just lighting up. They feel like children themselves. And that made such a big impact. Or just taking them for a walk. How much facilities do take them for a walk, but they also have their, limitations. They cannot take them for a walk. They cannot take for a walk everybody. So just for going around the block, that also makes a big difference, right? So fighting loneliness in Northern Europe when it comes to elderly, it's a big challenge. So this is just to give you an overview of the activities. This is just some pictures of the. This is, for example, in the homeless shelter where they get the warm meals. This used to be in a refugee camp. Now we're going to focus more on ingredients, maybe providing ingredients and let them cook. So they would cook there, and these are just some examples of packages. There are homeless shelters that they give them lunch, but they don't have dinner. So there's an opportunity there to give them, some meals, or maybe if it's a sandwich or something that they can take to the streets wherever they're staying. So this is an opportunity to join us, right, in any of these activities that you've seen, and would be more than happy to welcome more people to be involved. Questions?
We'll reach out
Crystal
to you. How to?
Sorry?
We'll definitely reach out to you on how to.
Sure, you can reach out to any of these, to any of us. That will be more than happy.
Thank you.
Yeah? Okay. And the next one.
Mainly spoken about how do we develop our habits, and then I will go maybe little one step further. Why we are not able to develop our habits? We try to start developing our habits. We try maybe 1 week with a lot of enthusiasm, and slowly that enthusiasm goes down. And why that happens? So my main focus is to put it in one word: why we are not able to do it. And that mainly comes from the beliefs. What is generally a belief? A belief is something where you think one particular way, and you believe in it. Just simply you believe in that. If I, like for example, if I work hard, then I will get money. That is a belief. And then all our patterns, what we come across, the people around us, and the situations which come, is all about manifesting that belief. And if we change those beliefs, how Dr. Garu said, we have to change those habits by changing the thoughts. That's how you can change the habits. Once you change the habits, then you can change your destiny itself. So how we can change those beliefs? And first, before even going that, how these beliefs will impact our life. So that is what we are going to see. So why we are doing this is mainly our minds are conditioned, basically. So when we were growing up, our minds are conditioned in a particular way, and then the same pattern keeps repeating, and then we continue doing it without thinking about it. And that's why the meditation, what Rajesh Garu was teaching, is very, very important, that self-awareness. So we'll come back to that later on. And how do we remove those negative thoughts? Of course, we can consciously keep saying that, we want to remove, but how is it possible? Are there any techniques to do it? And then, but basically these beliefs what we have, either if it is a good belief, then we are going to go ahead in life. But if it is a bad one, those beliefs, then it is slowing us down. We want to achieve something. And he was talking about going to the base of the Everest. So how do we achieve them? When we think that it is not possible, then it is not possible. So, but how can we achieve that? How can we break those patterns? And to find out what is the power of human mind. And we will just go a little bit deeper into what is the power of human mind. And what we do get from the whole talk of today is understanding how beliefs form and how can we change them. And then a short exercise on where we focus, where our consciousness goes, that magnifies. So just a short exercise on that, and just to bring some awareness, how does that impact? And I think the first point, what we get out of this is 5 minutes conscious positive meditation. I think Rajesh Garu has already done, so he's done a good introduction for my talk. So I'm not going to do that. And to become aware of our power within ourselves, right? And to be aware that we are the co-creators. So that is very, very important. Why? Because we have a thinking that we are human beings trying to have the spiritual experience. So we are all here, we go to the temple, we always think we are human beings, we are trying to have spiritual experience. But that is the wrong belief. That is not the right belief at all. So what is the right belief? The right belief is we are spiritual beings having human experience. So when we change that belief, then most of our problems will be slowly, it becomes easy to change the habits. It becomes easy to remove, accept things. The conclusion of that was, of Dr. Garu's talk was, how acceptance is the big difference. Once we accept, then we can change, right? So that active acceptance comes when we see the main belief that we are spiritual beings having human experience. So that is the main thing what we have to keep in mind. And how do we manifest what we want? Is it possible to manifest what we want? So this is what we get out of this talk. So let's, just a general question. What you see outside, do you believe is the correct one? What you see, is it what you get from outside world? Just a general question. Yes, right? Okay, what do you see here? You see two blocks. One is white color, one is gray color. So this is what you see. Yeah. Can I say from this image that this color and this color are same? You said what you see is what you believe, right? So I'm asking a question here. I will prove that this color is same as that color by not doing any magic or anything, but just by showing how our the visual cortex brain tries to match the similar thing what we have seen before and tries to match and makes a conclusion. And that is very revealing or very important to understand how beliefs are forming. So I will show you now. I will take a small piece from here and I'll try to put it on top. Okay? Let's see. So can you see that? Okay, maybe you might think that the square, while bringing it up, I'm changing its color. Okay, let's see one more time. Right, it mixes. But you still might think that I'm doing some trick. Okay, what I'm going to do here is the main problem that the mind changes is this is in the shadow. So whatever is in the shadow, the visual cortex will immediately think it should be a different color. So it already makes a different color in your brain, right? And whatever is in the shining, it should be a different color. It should be shining. So what I'll do now is, if I cover this area, remove that there is a shadow, and then see what happens here. Both are same, but it is the brain which does all these tricks. So what we see is not exactly what is real. And that is the basis. I'm just giving you only one example of what we only see. And imagine we have 5 different senses, right? And each sense will try to take the help of other one to conclude a particular situation. And how does it conclude? During the growing up period, what we see without much of awareness, and then we conclude certain things. And that is the one which keeps coming back for us to imagine, okay, this is what I see, and then you make a conclusion. And as Dr. Garu explained in the morning, in the previous program, that we have to be aware. So that awareness basically is what I am seeing is correct or not. Get your feeling from your body. Just one example, see what you see and what is exactly is different. It is not real. So if I can say, do you know where is the mind? Can anybody tell where is the mind? Brain means immediately you'll show it is in the head. But where exactly is the mind? Nobody knows. But the mind, why do you say my gut feeling? Why do you always, when you say a very generic phrase, what we use in our day-to-day life, my gut feeling says maybe this one. That is because our mind is like a circle around us. And the center of the mind is your gut. And that's why you say it's a gut feeling. And if you see the top 10%, if you take it as a complete circle, the top 10%, 10 to 12% is our conscious mind. So conscious mind is, I'm talking, you are here, we are having you're all listening. So this is all the conscious mind which is doing. And then between, 1 and 8 years old, that is when the 1-layered brain becomes 6-layered, right? And what happens then is that depending on your social, I'm bringing from a low, poor community, or I'm going from a rich community, that is social. So then you form beliefs there. And then you have economic, depending on how the country is doing or your economic situation, family economic situation, you form certain beliefs. I'm poor, so I have to work hard to go. So then all of these are forming a filter in your mind. And then educational, you go to the schools and they teach you something, and they are all coming a particular a belief, a layer is forming there. And then finally the religious, you have to go and pray, you need to have faith, all of those. Whenever any trigger point or any situation happens, your brain, your mind, your conscious mind uses these filters to push into their subconscious mind. So whatever is here, this whole thing, what you see here, this whole thing is your subconscious mind. That forms your 80 to 80%, 88 to 90%. So generally we have a particular personality, and all that personality is coming from your subconscious mind. You like certain things, you don't like certain things. They're all because of your tendencies. In Sanskrit word you can say they are called vasanas, and they are all the tendencies coming from the childhood, or sometimes even from different previous lives and all that. And what is happening here, when you go through the whole day and lot of experiences you went through, and then when you sleep, it goes through those filters, and based on what your beliefs are, that will go and settle either in the pain or in the pleasure. So it will go and settle there. Okay, this is a pain experience, this is a pleasure experience. So whenever any situation happens, like you developed a habit of smoking. First time it was very bad. If you ask anybody, they will say, oh, it is very bad. But whenever you had a difficulty, you went there to get some pleasure. So that pain suddenly went into the pleasure. So whenever you drink, smoke or anything, so it started making a pleasurable experience. And remember, so we talked about the habits, right? You need to keep, to change your personality, you need to keep that in the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is like a tape recorder. You know, tape recorder is, when you play anything, whatever is there in the tape recorder, it keeps playing the same thing over and over. So subconscious mind is like that. It is like a tape recorder. So you have to, it's like you have to, you know, in the DVDs programs, you say it's a rewritable disc, right? So you need to, it's a rewritable disc, but then to write there, you need to repeat 6,000 times in your conscious mind to go and settle in your subconscious. So then only it will write on the tape recorder. So to develop a habit, you need to keep repeating. That is the most important, to go there. At the same time, if you want to unlearn a particular habit, then you have to repeat so many times to get it out of your subconscious mind. So this is the kind of a power of the subconscious mind. So what is happening here is these beliefs, when we are growing up in the socio-economic, educational, religious, that forms into your subconscious mind. And when that comes into your subconscious mind, that is what is getting manifested around you. So the most of the manifestation, you say, oh, every time I see, you know, the phrases like, say, the birds of the same thing flock together, or, you know, a person around depression, all the people around them are same. That is because that is what you are attracting, basically. So whatever is there in the subconscious mind, that is what we manifest. So changing the thoughts, then slowly it goes into your destiny, starts from there. So how can we change them? So let's go to the next one. So I'll give you one small example. If we have, you know, we have common beliefs, just to give you an example. And the belief is, only if you work hard, you can get money. This is a common belief, you know. Do you agree? Only when you work hard, you get money. So then what happens is, that belief is so strong in your subconscious mind, you will not get money as long as if you don't work hard. So that is, you're linking both. Getting money is a different thing. Working hard is a different thing. But because of our beliefs, which our mind is conditioned, we club them and we don't know. We work hard so much, then only we get money. And then suddenly we see a neighbor hardly does anything, but immediately he gets a lot of money, right? Because we combine these two and then the belief is formed. That's why only when you work hard, then only you will get money. Okay. Where is the... Yeah, so the second one. Always we think, you know, spiritual people, they don't go luxurious life. So which means when you are so luxurious, they are not spiritual. You know, this is one belief we always have. So then what happens is, being in spiritual, suddenly you want to become rich. If this belief is there, it will not happen. So unless you work on those beliefs, you know, separate both of them. And that's where the self-awareness becomes more and more important. So understanding this. So don't club that, you know, becoming rich and then being spiritual or cannot go together. If that belief is there, then suddenly if you start to become rich, the money will go down. Or if you want to become more rich, then probably you may not become spiritual because of this belief. So you have to change those beliefs to change your perspective. So being good is more important than having money. These are all the beliefs which we get while growing up. And then we have a connection there. So to be holy is I need to be poor, because when we grow up, or in your scriptures when you read, most of these monks, they all give up everything and then they become monks. So then we form a belief. So all the spiritually evolved people need to be monks. A belief is formed, right? So when we are hearing all of these things, then we have to separate. You know, there's a very nice phrase in Sanskrit, they say, Yad bhavam tad bhavati. As you feel, so you become. You know, you are talking about as you think, so you become. But feeling is most important. Why feeling is most important is, whatever is there in your subconscious mind, those beliefs and those feelings, that is what manifests, because that is what is your actual feeling. You must have heard once in a while, whatever comes first in your thought when you were doing, that is your true thought. They always say. Why? Because before the filter comes in, your logical mind comes in and thinking, maybe it is not correct, maybe it is not true. What comes out first is coming out from your subconscious mind. And that is your true personality, right? So that is very, very important to know, right? So whatever first comes out is from your subconscious mind. And if you want to, the reason is the universe, they always say, pray to the universe, universe will give. Why? Universe cannot understand Telugu or Dutch or English or any of these languages. The only language the universe understands is the feeling. So that's why yad bhavam tad bhavat. It's as you feel, so you get. And most of the times you must have heard, nature is like a mirror. Whatever you feel, you get it back. That is because the feeling, so you are unconscious gods. I said you are spiritual beings having a human experience, but we are unconscious gods. So because we are unconscious God, we are unconsciously manifesting all of these things without our knowledge. So if you are conscious, then we can change these things. So changing those beliefs will happen when we are aware of these things. So yeah, then we'll go to the next one. So it's like if you want to tune to the universe, whatever, you can manifest whatever you want. You must have seen many of the books written, manifest, the books like Secret, the books like Magic, that is one book. And also there's one more, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, when you must have seen that. And they're all coming back to the same thing. You can manifest whatever you want, but you have to tune yourself. It's like, if you want to listen to a particular radio program, what you do, you generally go to that particular frequency, and then you get that radio program, whatever program you want. So what is happening here is your thoughts, your words, and your deeds has to be in a union. And that, when you do it, then you're tuning to what you want to manifest. So that's why, like for example, I am fat. Instead of that, if you focus on I'm getting more healthy choices, right? So you're going from a victim consciousness to abundance consciousness. And that shift makes a big difference. And when you make that shift, then you get more progress faster actually. And belief like, I am stupid, but instead I'm learning. It's the same thing, but you are changing the way the perspective is. And so each of us like a radio station, always broadcasting. The self-talk is very important. Rajesh also spoke about self-talk. So the self-talk, what we are doing is actually transmitting those signals to the universe. And that's why, that's what we get back. So the self-talk should be always in the positive way. And the people and situations that match those signals are the ones that will tune to us and be drawn to our experience. So it's like if you want a grocery, you want to buy tomatoes, you will not go to a pharmacy store because you very well know, because they write very clearly it's a pharmacy store. And then only people who want medicines will go to that pharmacy store. Similarly, all of us have this aura body, and we are all projecting a particular thing to the universe. So if we are happy, our thing is showing us happy, and only happy people come around us. And if we are having another thought, only those people, it's like putting a board on your thing. So change your board, then the situations will change. And this has tremendous impact. So always consciously keep thinking about that, then we will make those differences. So radiation, vibration, and materialization. And the radiation is the one what happens, whatever is in your subconscious mind. And because you are a spiritual being and you're having a human experience, so your basic thing is joy and bliss and happiness, right? And vibration is the bhavam. Because of the filter in the brain, in the mind, the beliefs and emotions, they will all be formed because of the vibration and the filters. And the materialization happens because of these. So whatever is there in your subconscious mind, it starts materializing. Yeah. So once you change your focus, your beliefs and feelings can create your new dream reality. So here, maybe I'll give you a small exercise. Children are also there, so they can also be. So the exercise is, which children, are you there, kids? So what color you see most here in this room? Which color do you see the most? Brown? All right, okay. Let's say in 10 seconds, all of us, not only children, all of us, in 10 seconds, count how many brown things you find here in this room. In 10 seconds. Let's see how many people come up with. Okay, time up. So tell me the numbers. How many black things did you see? How many black things? See, that is what is the main reason. Where you focus, that is what magnifies. And we are not aware of that. So when we focus only on the green things, our focus is, even though black and other colors are there, our focus is not going there. Because we have that power, our consciousness, wherever the consciousness is going, that is what magnifies. So by changing these small things, by being aware, by spending a little bit of time on this, we can make a big difference in our beliefs. Yeah. So one more important thing is about the belief system, right? So there is one professor, he's Emoto, he's very famous in this. So what he has done, he is very good in taking pictures of the water molecules. It's a very small water molecules. But what he has done is he wanted to find out the emotions, whatever is coming from our body. What happens to the water molecules if our intentions, you send out an intention and see how the water molecule changes. So it's a very remarkable, so this is how a very good water molecule looks, similar to the snow particle, right? And then what he found is the left side is with a good intention, like, I love, or service, or, very nice, good intention. That is how the water crystal looks. And the right side is I hate you, those kind of things. And then you see how the picture changes. So just the water molecule. Imagine our body contains 70% of the water. So if you look at with the good intentions, you see on the top, the left one is without a prayer, and the right one after a prayer. They put near the monk and then send out a prayer, and then you see all of these different changes happens when a particular intention is thrown, right? So if the water molecule can have such a tremendous impact, and our body is made of 70% of the water. So that's why these positive thoughts and positive intentions will show so much of tremendous effect. We might think, it's only a thought, what is so harmful in that? But you can see physical evidence from his research that it has a tremendous impact. And then that's why the positive intentions, being with the positive friends, or positive thoughts, and then this meditation, all of this will have a tremendous impact in our whole body. Right. So there's one more professor, Bruce Lipton. He has done quite a lot of research, and from his research, he came out with this: our beliefs control our bodies and our minds and our lives in general. And human beings have a great capacity to sticking to false beliefs. You may have seen our tendency, just a small remark there, when the television is showing something good, we don't show much of interest in the news. But suddenly if they are showing something negative, we tend to spend more time, we tend to read more of those things. So because the human beings have a great capacity for sticking to false beliefs and false news. So if you change this, then we can change our patterns. Right, so how can we change this? Dr. Rajesh Gar also said in the previous talk to have some positive affirmations. So the affirmations are something where you are trying to change your belief system. Your belief system is only if I work hard, I will get money, But if you keep changing those belief system, no matter whether, if I work hard, I will get money. Of course, that's a good belief system for sure. But then if you interlink both of them, then it will create a problem. So like, for example, if you have a belief that, I have this migraine disease, which is not healing, I cannot sleep. Instead, The same thing if you change, I'm now healthy and I'm enjoying my life. Whenever you have that, getting that negative thought, then you change that to a positive thought and make these affirmations. If you Google, there are lots of positive affirmations. Just like mantra, they keep talking about it. So if you keep saying this, it will change our belief system. You're basically rewriting what is there in your subconscious mind. So these are all the few affirmations. You can get a lot based on what you want to change in your life. And in Google, then you will get a lot of these affirmations. Right. So these are again the positive affirmations. And then again, happiness is a choice. You don't need a particular thing to be happy. It's just a choice. You can always be happy. What that boy is doing is just a slipper, and then he's taking a selfie, and everybody is just be happy. Right. So just to recap on this, conscious mind is just a rational mind, and it can think. It can use logic. It can calculate. It can analyze, discriminate, take decisions. Whereas the subconscious mind is non-rational mind. It cannot think. It cannot use logic. It cannot calculate. It cannot analyze, discriminate. And it doesn't know what is real, what is imaginary. It doesn't know what is real, what is imaginary. And that is the important thing which will take me to the next part of my talk on regression therapy. If you have any questions, I will just ask. Otherwise, I'll go to the next topic. Are there any questions on this? Yeah, sure.
Affirmation, you have to believe in them.
First, it starts with mechanically. And then slowly, it becomes more and more powerful. So, of course, everything starts mechanically. Yes. Yeah.
Where do you put the left and right brain here? In this,
there is, left and right brain is not the subconscious and conscious mind. So, the left and right brain is, of course, coming from your subconscious mind, because the one, and also part of this conscious mind, because you are more art, and that comes from the left brain or right brain. Right brain, right? So that basically you have a tendency in your subconscious mind, that is what is forcing you to like that art, right? And also basically it's also conscious mind, because see, software is your mind and hardware is your brain, right? So they are connected, and then whenever you have the likeliness of liking a particular art, then the brain is the one which gets triggered. So they are both are different. So this mind is different, and the brain is the hardware. So whatever is there in the software is influencing your brain to get all the chemicals start working. Yeah. Right. If no questions, then I will just immediately go into introduction to past life regression therapy. So in the previous one, I was talking mainly about that the subconscious mind cannot understand what is real, what is unreal, right? So if I give you an exercise, just close your eyes and imagine you're cutting a lemon and putting it on your tongue. Then immediately what happens? Your mouth starts watering. But actually, are you doing it? You're not doing it, but you're just imagining it, right? And then immediately those enzymes, they get produced, and then you go through that experience. And that is what happens in the past life regression therapy. So when we have gross body, what you see, the physical body is a gross body. Apart from the gross body, we have something called subtle body, right? In the subtle body is all the sensory system, all that is present there. Now, what happens when in the gross body, when the food is not digested? So some people get stomach pain. For some people it is diarrhea, for some people headache, depending on the body type, they get reactions from the undigested food. So what the best is to remove all the undigested food and then throw it away. But what happens if that undigested food, when the food is digested? So it all grows into your evolution, right? And then we get strength, we get all the benefits. So that is part of the gross body. Then what happens in your subtle body? So emotions. When the emotions are not digested, then what happens? It's just like in the gross body, when the food is not digested, it becomes like a toxic thing. When the emotions are not digested in your in your experiences, like suddenly you met with an accident, and that is something which you are not happy about, and then you get very upset, you get very angry, and that is undigested emotion. So that is stored somewhere in your system. Maybe it's an aura, or maybe in your subconscious mind. And just like how the undigested food is toxic, the undigested emotion is a toxic, and it expresses itself in various ways. For some people, it's a physical pain. For some people, it's a behavioral pattern. For some people, it expresses itself in different ways depending on the personality. So that's where the regression therapy comes into picture. So these undigested emotions, what happens is you visit them, revisit them, and you change that, you digest it properly, and then it goes into your evolution, into your soul evolution. So what can the areas where the regression therapy can work? So emotional healing. So basically resolving unexplained fears and phobias, right? Any person has, like a fear of dogs. They don't want to go near the dog because somewhere in this life or in the previous life, they would have had a similar experience, and that stays in their brain, somewhere in their mind, and that is undigested emotion. So whenever a person goes, then immediately they go into that trauma. And in the second one is gaining insight and understanding. To give you an example, one of my teachers, they had a difficult relation with his mother. So mother always irritates the son, and he doesn't understand. He gets very angry, he doesn't know what is happening. So these are the things which you cannot go to a doctor to explain, or doctors cannot cure. So he wanted to know why this is happening, why my mother is always irritating me most of the times. So in one of the sessions in the regression therapy, his life plan, everybody has a life plan before we come down to earth. Just like when we go to a office job, they have a contract, right? This is what you're supposed to do, and everything is laid down. So when we come down, we also have a particular life plan, what you want to achieve in this life. And in his life plan, one of the things what he wanted to achieve is to learn patience. So if you want to learn patience, then you will not get all peaceful people around you. It's the opposite, because the earth is a school. Here you get a duality. So if you want to learn a patience, then you will get impatient people around you. Then only you will learn patience. So in his case, that is the wisdom or the insight what he got, and his mother is actually helping him to get the patience. So when you hear this, what happens? What would be your reaction? Your reaction is, oh my God, my mom is actually doing a service to me to help me to gain the patience. Then immediately his attitude towards his mother completely changed. So next time when she is irritating him, it is not affecting him anymore. So that is one thing what you gain by insight and understanding why that is happening. So the clarity and the perspective, all that is comes from that. And the spiritual growth. So some people want to know what is their life plan, why did they come onto this earth, and reinforcing their spiritual beliefs. And also connection to the higher self is basically your Paramatma, and improve relationships, of course, healing relationship issues. Many of the issues come that either with your spouses or with your parents or with your brothers. So that is another place where you can have a great impact with the regression therapy. And of course, see, there is one person by name Rob Squartz, and he is a regression therapist, and his research is on mainly life between lives. So what his research has come out is the souls take birth for the 5 reasons, and those 5 reasons are, of course, to balance the karma. In the previous birth, maybe your mother and son, the mother has done a lot of service to the son who is handicapped, and now there is a balance, and then the next birth they reverse their roles to balance the karma. And the second one is the beliefs. you come up with a particular belief, and that is not a right belief, and then you have to change that belief, and for that they come down to work it out, to change that belief. And the third one is the opposites. You want to experience the 5 human values: love, patience, non-violence, and so people will come down for that reason. So that's why you see people come across all the rough things. I don't want it, but it is coming to me, because that is their life plan. And then once they are aware of that, then it will not affect them anymore, because that's what they chose. And the fourth one is on, I think I forgot about the fourth one. So those are the reasons why they come, and you can improve those. Once you know that the relationship, the spouse or anybody, or in the family, the parents or the brothers, they are being difficult, which you don't like, is to fulfill the life plan what is there. So once you are aware of that, then you will not have that the relationship issues. And overcoming physical ailments, really from one person had a back pain, very young age, back pain. It doesn't seem to go to the doctor. Everything is normal. It doesn't help. So when they came to this session, they found that in one of their lives, when they fell down from the tree, they fell on the back, and that unreleased trauma is as it is. So if you go there and remove those emotions, then you can heal that, and that's what happened. She was healed, and completely the pain is completely gone. And increasing self-awareness and empowerment. This is a very nice example. One entrepreneur, he was very successful in his field. So in his business, he goes to the peak of the business. So very good profits, and to the final point where he is going to be the most successful, he makes all the wrong decisions, everything becomes losses, and then goes to zero. And then again he starts his thing. It goes up again, goes to the peak, and suddenly wrong decisions when he's in the peak, and then again he goes down to zero. He did not understand why this pattern is happening repeatedly in his life. So when he came to the session, we came to know in one of the lives, he had a very difficult situation where his dad was one of the kings, and he was given the role of military chief. And such a young age, nobody was expecting that he would get that such a big position. So everybody was jealous of him. And the person who was supposed to get could not take it, and he wanted to do something about it. So one fine day, he poisoned. And his dying thoughts were like that. His dying thoughts were basically that the success is equivalent to death, and that unreleased trauma was there. So whenever he goes to the success, the past life is getting triggered. He is making all the bad decisions and going down. So basically, you go there, and then you heal that part, and then that's what happened. And now he is very successful in those things. And reduction of stress and anxiety. Once you know why certain things are happening, that itself is a starting point of healing. So it starts to, because you know the reason why that is happening, and then you will not worry about those things. Okay, I only chose it. So then you tend to get the acceptance. So acceptance will come here. And of course, healing unresolved grief, so closure with the loved ones. So that is also one more area where you can heal. So these are the basic things to understand. If you have any questions or anything, you can always contact me. But if you have any questions here, please let me know. Yes.
So all these points are part of your life plan?
It can be. It depends on. It can be in one lifetime. It depends on. You are very ambitious before coming down. You want to finish it up very quickly. Basically, it's an Advaita. You are a part of God, right? And then you want to go back to the source, right? So how fast you want to work it out and then go back, it's your life plan. So sometimes people were very ambitious and say, I want to go through. If it is there in your thing, you want to learn, then you will, of course, go through all of them.
So it's possible to recognize your life then?
Yes.
By facing these issues?
Yeah, because those things repeatedly keeps happening.
Yeah.
So then you can easily recognize them and then work on them. Yeah.
What is the origin of this regression therapy? Where it originated first?
Yeah, that's a good question. It is, I don't know the origin, but it is somewhere in 50s by John Kappas. He is the one who identified. So when a person came to him with a lot of difficulties, he just normally started talking to him, that person. So when you have a lot of anxiety or emotions, you're already in the hypnosis because you are so deep into that trouble. And then he started asking questions, when did it happen before? And then that person explained that he started seeing some the images in his eyes. So close your eyes, then he started seeing those images. And then he connected the dots and then he formed a theory behind that. And from that, Hans Tandem, the person who is the last, he is the one who is in Amersfoort. He did much groundbreaking work on regression therapy, and what I'm learning is from Hans Tandem. So there is an institute here called Tasso Institute, and most of the Indian, whatever organizations are there in India, teaching them, they all come from him. So most of the institute learn from him, and they are teaching this one. Yes.
Just out of curiosity, so this is completely like from the Western world. Does they have any connection with the Advaita or?
They don't.
They don't.
But then they are all coming to the same conclusion, and that is the beautiful thing. So they are all saying you are the source, and then your natural thing is being happy, and as long as you are not happy, that is an undigested emotion, and that undigested emotion will actually come back, just like undigested food will come back. So same thing happens. So the bottom line of all of this is acceptance. Whatever happens, just accept, and then just say any instances or anything happens, just say I'm happy. Oh, this is so wonderful. So that way we are not having any of these issues which may come up later on. So again, this is what you see. It's basically related to your spirituality. In spirituality, they say always be happy, whatever is the outcome, right? And completely from Western point of view also, they are coming to the same conclusion, and that's why I started liking this regression therapy, because it's basically a practical way of looking how the spirituality is. Yeah.
So it leads to the Satitanandam.
Exactly. So if you are,
concept.
You are the source.
They are just showing the path of how to reach there, which the West can digest easily.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
logically they can.
Joe Dispenza's book is about the placebo and placebo effect and all that.
No, he is more like a spiritual self-healing and then affirmations and all that. So Joe Dispenza, yeah. And Shakti Gawain is the one who wrote this on chakras. She did a PhD on chakras. It's a beautiful book, and but I was expecting some Indian doing it, but then Shakti Gawain is the one. It's more famous. If anybody says about chakras, they all refer to Shakti Gawain. Yeah. And Abraham Hicks, she was in Amsterdam in somewhere in June. So she is also very motivational speaker, and you have to pay a lot to go to her talks. She was in Amsterdam recently. Yeah.
Abraham, it's like for some law of attraction.
Yeah, law of attraction, secret law of attraction. She has beautiful quotations. People in that circle, they keep quoting her. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So if you have any questions, you can always. So this is a very unique therapy. Some people always have a wrong notion of they will take you to the hypnosis, or they will take you to the past life, all of that. So yeah.
How about people who don't believe in past lives?
Yeah. So that is
How about people who don't believe in past lives?
Yeah. So that is a good one, especially in Catholic.
People, many religious people also don't believe in past lives.
Yes, but they do believe ancestral memories. If you go to your Catholic roots, they do believe in ancestral memories. So when the therapy is going on, they will not say go to that past life or anything. They will say from your ancestral memories. So let it come, and then of course it is in your belief system. So then that's how it works. The same thing mostly the Abrahamic religions have this problem.
I know.
So for them it is ancestral memories.
Okay.
So
That works the same then.
it was. See, basically we are not here to validate if that past life is there or not. We are not doing that. What we are doing is taking that memory, whether it is healing the present day. Just focus only on healing the present day, whether it is solving the today's issue. And we use it only for that. And then the rest all, we don't worry about it. Yeah. You have a question?
Even meditation can reveal your past lives.
Absolutely. So it is basically in meditation you're going into your subconscious. You know the filter what I showed you in the mind. We cannot break that filter. Hypnosis is basically they give you a kind of word count which is beyond what your mind can take, and then they break that filter and then access your subconscious. Then you are in your hypnosis. And in the meditation, it becomes easy that you break that filter and access your subconscious. Yeah.
So subconscious mind is actually collective of all your past life memories. Right?
From the moment you are separated from the source, it is there. So it's a combination of all the things. Maybe you will be surprised at times where an issue can take you to which past life. It can be from this earth or somewhere else. It can be anywhere.
It can be any of the parallel worlds.
Exactly. It can be anywhere. In some of the cases, of course, people who do not believe in this will not like to see, even hear that you can be an alien also, right? So, but if it solves the issue, it's fine. If the problem is there.
Talking about meditation and the healing which happened. About a decade ago, I attended a healing meditation camp, which was for about a day. And my personal experiences, my eyesight was really, really bad then. So in this particular healing thing, we just allow the holy energy to come and cleanse you. And the vision is so vivid in my mind that I had two golden fingers just drop into my eyes, and then it was like a thing where they transport you to another world. It was constant instructions were given for all 6-8 hours, and then I didn't know, my mother was sitting in the front. She said, I could hear you moaning throughout because my knees were getting healed, my eyes were getting healed, and they asked me to continue the therapy for a longer time, unfortunately, which I didn't. Then for about a month or so, I didn't wear glasses. To that level,
yes,
my eyes
absolutely.
were,
Yeah. I mean, you may not.
My personal experience.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, you must have probably you were not there for the meditation what doctor was showing in the morning, and he was actually showing that the source, it is coming and touching, going into your heart, the divine energy and healing. That has a lot of impact. If you see the pictures, what I've shown.
The PSSM, that is a pyramid spiritual.
Yes, that's exactly.
So that's how. I mean, I've been into it for quite some time, so that's how I experienced.
Yeah, it is a tremendous impact. Yeah.
And I also want to share one story. Even my brother-in-law, who had cervical spondylitis, and he got cured through meditation, breath meditation. He followed for 3 weeks. It was recently from I think before 3 to 4 months ago. He got completely cured, and his reports were normal after doing meditation for continuous 3 weeks.
Yeah, it has a tremendous impact. That's why even if you see, there are a lot of these techniques available in the internet. Like one is EFT, they call it as emotional freedom technique. Tapping in 7 areas in your body on anything, emotional or physical pains or anything. It has tremendous impact. But if you do it regularly over a period of time, then it has a tremendous impact. And
Dr. Rajesh wants to.
oh yes, sir.
Okay. So regarding the past lives you've been asking, one way you explain is scientifically. Sorry. One way you can explain scientifically is we are all energy beings. Scientifically, we approve that, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
We also know law. Energy can neither be destroyed nor created. It can only be transformed one form to other form. So if we are energy beings, when you leave a body, what will happen? It has to take some other body.
We're working on the energy level.
Energy levels. So if you think scientifically a little bit, as the energy levels, we move to different bodies. Once you learn something, then probably you may not come down.
Doctor, so then in this phase, so from the mineral life to the plant life and plant life to animal life to human life, the energy transformation happened
Constantly, progressive.
progressing.
Yeah.
From these worlds, we move to the better worlds once you...
Whatever. Yeah, it's a learning process. Constant. Life is a long learning. We don't need to go detailedly. Just scientifically, to move at a practical point of view, energy is transformed from one form to other. It's neither created nor destroyed. That means we don't die. We only change our bodies. Yeah. Thank you.
Right, if no more questions, just wanted to say there are many people who contributed for today's program, especially Rajesh Garu came from Manchester, and Shivaram Garu is the soul behind all of this, making the beautiful, the flyer you must have seen. So if you have any flyers, go to him. Right, so he's very good in that. And also Arvind Garu, he also has contributed quite a lot in making this program, sending out all the invitations to many, and making the registration form. So thank you. And all the participants who have come, and of course my Arpita and Kavita, my wife and daughter, they also made my presentation because I'm not good in presentation. They both helped in the last minute. And yeah, thank you all for coming, and I hope you all enjoyed for today's session. Probably we can have more of this together with Sai Anandam and SVK. So we will try to organize more of these events. Yeah, thank you so much.
Ontzettend bedankt. Thank you guys. It was a beautiful lecture.
That's the way we treat here.
Okay.